It was a little bit damp for the Dolce Vita on Ardbeg Day, but now we're back home and dry. Let's see how it really tasted. Hi there, my name's Lewis. Welcome to the Neckpour. This is the Whisky Review channel where I give you my thoughts and opinions on a particular bottle of whiskey from the Neckpour all the way down to the Dregs. You join me here for the Neckpour today of another bottle I brought back from Islay. And this time it's the Ardbeg Day, their Feis release for 2026, Dolce. This was one that we're lucky enough to try at the distillery whilst we're on Islay. And really, really interesting. By far, the softest Ardbeg I think I've ever tried. Not at all that big, peaty, earthy monster that we're used to, but a much more subtle take on the spirit. And really, really interesting. But now we're away from Islay. We've cooled down a little bit. Everyone's a bit more sensible and a bit calmer. Let's see how it really is. So yeah, without any further ado, I think let's get this open. Made a little bit of a pig's ear of the pull tab there, but let's firstly have a little listen to this cork. Not a bad little cork pop there. Go away, fly, and let's pour ourselves a little dram. Another distillery where we're very kindly given a couple of glasses. And this one, yeah, very, very interesting. So it is non-age stated, non-chill filtered, 47.8%. No information on whether it's natural colour or not. I mean, it's not super dark and it has been in Marsala, so I'd hope that it's natural colour. But with no information to say, who's to know? So yeah, Sicilian Marsala, a sweet wine, fortified wine, like a sherry sort of thing, but a little bit sweeter, a little bit more like a kind of PX, something like that, is my understanding on Marsala. Not something I'm hugely knowledgeable on. And this one, from the Sicilian coast, the theme of Ardbeg Day this year, and the theme of the bottle is 60s Italian film. And yeah, sadly, it was the only day it rained whilst we were on Islay, which is a bit of a washout and didn't really match with their theme, considering some people, myself included, even had a little bit of sunburn going into the day from previous. So a bit of a shame, that one, but very interesting. I thought the decorations of the distillery were great, as they always seem to be. I've had first time ever seeing them live, but had a really good day. Just wished it had been a little bit warmer and a little bit drier, because it was a bit of a shame for the kind of one of the last sort of events of the distillery, you know, and of the week. But firstly, let's get this up to the nose. So the first thing I get there, heaps and heaps of citrus oils, whether it's lemons, oranges, grapefruits. It's that oil that is expressed as you're peeling the skin of a citrus fruit. Super strong, super zingy, almost biting your nose. You know, it's really, really strong, really powerful. But yeah, super, super citrusy. Then there's kind of fruit and nut chocolate underneath it. Quite a sort of milk chocolatey note. Bit of nuts, bit of raisins, bit of dried fruits, candied peels. Really interesting. And there's just a little bit of a kind of earthy peat underneath, so that quite Ardbeggy style of peat. Like a walk through a forest. Damp underfoot. Very interesting nose. And so soft for an Ardbeg. That's the one thing that I keep coming back to. It's so light, it's so approachable. And is that a good thing? I'm not 100% certain, but let's give this a little taste. First thing I get on this is licorice sweets. A really strong undertone of licorice to me, but that sweeter kind of licorice, not like a more raw natural licorice, like a more, what's the word? Like it's been more not adulterated, but more processed sort of licorice. So it's quite sweet. It's quite approachable. Then underneath that, peaches grilled on a barbecue. Strongly peaches, nectarines, fresh apricots, something like that, but grilled over coals, that little bit of coal fire smoke. And then a lot of what they talk about on the boxes, or people were talking about whilst they're pouring in the distillery, was raisins. And I can see the raisins there, but to me, it's more like the empty sun-kissed raisin box. There's that slightly cardboardy note there, as well as the end of the raisins, as it were. There's still that raisiny flavour, but it's more something, to me, it's more the cardboard box that's held the raisins in it. And you're getting a little bit of cardboard with a little bit of raisin mixed in. And some people, that probably sounds horrific. Kind of like it. But again, it's just so approachable. It's so drinkable. It's nothing like what I know Ardbeg to be, if that makes sense. I've always found Ardbeg a little bit more abrasive, a little bit more out there. This is quite safe. And again, I'm not sure whether that's good or bad. Moving through to the finish, this gets super herbal for me. I'm getting fennel, I'm getting star anise, all those kind of things, along with a good chunk of wood. On the finish, it's almost like there's a little bit of kind of chewing a toothpick. The peat's still there, but it's fading away. It's like the first drink after a really peaty dram. There's still that bit of peat in your mouth, but it's going away. And there's a real kind of oiliness, a kind of like a smoked fish, like a smoked meat, something like that. This isn't particularly meaty or fishy at all, but it's that same kind of way that it makes your mouth feel. And there's just a little bit of salt right at the end. Maybe a salted nut, something like that, because this is quite nutty from the Marsala. But no, it's very interesting. Not my favourite. Not even my favourite Ardbeg. But as soon as I heard it was Ardbeg in a Marsala cask, a sweet Marsala cask as well, I budgeted that I bought this long before I got to the distillery. And I'm glad I have. But it's not the best thing I bought on Islay. Far from it. But it is still pretty good. And I'd love to get this alongside another more traditional Ardbeg to see just how it shapes up, because it's great, but I'm not sure it's Ardbeg. And that intrigues me. But for 85 quid, I'm happy I've brought this back. I'm going to share it around with a few people, see what they think as well. And maybe when we've got down to the dregs and we come back to finish the bottle, I'll have a slightly more nuanced take. But for now, I think that's where we'll leave it for today. So I'd just like to say thank you all so much for joining me. It means the world to me that you take time out of your day to spend a little bit of it with me. If you enjoyed the video, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Got your thoughts and opinions on this bottle, if you had the chance to try it. Anything else from Ardbeg, or there's just something you'd like to see me review, drop it in the comments down below. If you really enjoyed the video, please do consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're informed next time I post. It really does mean the world to me. But other than that, until the next time, I'd just like to say, Again, thank you so much for joining me here today. And until then, cheers, sláinte, and I'll see you again.